Society has set you up to fail. What a great topic to begin the year of 2026, don't you think? Hey, I'm Sabrina Neely, and welcome back to the Restart podcast. Hey, we are in a new year, 2026. Wow. It even sounds really odd to just say that, you know? But I will say, after the last couple years, especially for me, I know I am ready for this year to be the best year of my life. And it starts with you and it starts with me. It starts with changing ourselves daily. You have to do the work, you have to stay consistent. You have to follow through with your habits and your routine, and you have to develop your capabilities, whatever that is for you. And I can tell you that since I've started doing all of these things, I am so happy with who I am becoming in the process. So, without further ado, let's get in to this week's episode. When I thought about what I wanted to start off the year with, I didn't want to do another motivational topic or something to push you. I wanted to be real with you. And I'm going to be doing a lot more real episodes where I just talk to you as if you are my friend and we are sitting at lunch somewhere talking, honestly, having a coffee or sitting down over food and drinks and just chatting because I believe that's my real authentic self. And I can be the most like myself when I'm authentically me and I'm not here putting on a performance to you all over a podcast. So I thought, what can I tell them today that they need to hear? But that's also me keeping it 100. And that is society has set you up to fail. And I want you to keep this in mind as you go through your everyday life. Society is not here to benefit you. Society is not here to serve you. Society is not here to make you successful. Society is here, however, to keep you small, to keep you down, to keep you playing small, to keep you complying, to keep you conforming to the standards that they, AKA society, has set for you. And if you think about it, we are all conditioned from very, very early in our lives to do things a certain way. Besides obeying our parents and learning survival skills that we need to get through each day, we are taught that we have to go to school. And we have to go to school from kindergarten, which is around the age of 5, all the way until we graduate, which is around age 18. We have to go to school. There is no getting out of that. That is just what we're told by the government that we must do. We have to get a high school diploma in order to graduate, and we have to have that in order to even get a basic job out here in society. But hold on. If you want to do something with your life and you want to make a lot of money, you must go to another 4 years of something called college and get a paper certificate called a degree that certifies that you are competent and educated to do what you want to do in life. They keep you conforming to the standard. They keep you playing the game. Oh, and then after you get a paper certificate called a college degree, then you go and you present that to a job which is supposed to give you validation that you are actually competent to do the skills required of this certain position. And then you work in that job. That's if you get hired. You work in that position for 30, 40, or 50 years until you get too old to do it anymore. And then you retire. But before you retire, the government is going to take at least half of what you made because, oh, they're going to make sure they make their money back that they paid you, right? And if it doesn't get taken out that way, they're going to take it through an enormous amount of taxes because the more you make, the more they take. The more you make, the more they take. So it just becomes this endless cycle of control from them, from society, from the government, from the rulers, from the people that somehow supposedly make all of these rules that we're supposed to live on this planet by, that we call Earth, the universe, the world. And, my son, before he passed, he was really into socialism. He did not believe or trust in the government. And he would tell me all the time, and he would send me memes and stuff. Mom, like, they just want us to be modern day slaves. And he's right. You know, society wants you to believe that you are not able, you are not intelligent enough, you are not smart enough, you don't look good enough, you are not fit enough, you don't have the right credentials enough, you don't have the right amount of money enough, you don't live in the biggest, nicest, newest house enough, you don't drive the best, newest, latest car enough. And what that does is it keeps the people compliant. And when we have a society that is compliant, we have a weak society, because people that are weak mentally are not going to challenge the rules. They're not going to challenge the people in charge. What are they going to do? Just go along with it, because they feel like they don't have a say in changing anything. But if we were to flip that narrative and say, no, I'm actually going to rebel. I'm actually going to go against the grain, and I'm going to train myself in the skills that I want to do. I'm going to educate myself on things I want to learn, things that I want to know more of, things that I want to accomplish. I'm going to put effort into bettering my life and finding new innovative ways of doing things. I'm going to train hard and get my body fit, healthy, and strong so that I'm ready for the battles to come in my future. I'm going to do all the personal development work I can on my mind so that I am able to have boundaries and protect my peace and think my own thoughts when these people try to tell me how to act and behave and look otherwise. I know who I am because I've done the work on myself. Just think how strong of a country and even how strong of a world we would be if people had that mentality. Now, I'm not against going to a job. People got to do what they got to do to pay bills and to survive out here. I get it. But I will tell you this, being a business owner myself, I'm on the other side of a quote job, of a normal 9 to 5, 5-day, 40-hour work week job. And I can tell you that owning your own business and building your own brand is one of the absolute best things you can do for yourself. You are telling them, you are telling society, F you. You don't run me, you don't control me, and you don't control my decisions. You make a path for yourself when you become an entrepreneur. You create employment for yourself when you choose the entrepreneurial path. And not only do you do it for yourself, you do it for your family, the people behind you to come, your kids, your grandkids, all the people that will depend on you for those doors to open up ahead. And again, I understand if you have to work a job, but also know that you are capable of figuring things out on your own. You are capable of figuring out how to start a business from scratch. And the reason I know that is because I did it myself. The only thing that I outsourced when I opened my dance studio was the website, because a few years ago, I didn't know how to do a website. But I can tell you what, since that time, I've learned how to do my own website. But everything else I built from scratch. I got my LLC myself. I learned how to get my EIN number from the state. I learned exactly how to design my schedule for my studio. I was able to, be the glue of the studio and put everything together, from the policies to the mission statement to the plans to the rules to the time that we opened and closed. I was able to do everything. And even though I had to close that business because of financial reasons, I learned so much about myself that I would never have learned if I would have stayed at a regular job. And I can tell you, one of my dreams is to reopen and franchise my dance fitness studio. And the next time that I do that, it's going to be better than ever. Why? Because I developed the skills that were needed before to make it prosperous and even better the next time. And ever since I became a business owner, it's given me a whole new perspective on jobs. You are a modern day slave at these jobs. If you think that a job really cares about you, cares about your health, cares about your family's health, cares about your future, cares about the bills that you have to pay each month, you are a delusional slave to that company, because you are replaceable. Every single person is replaceable, from the position at the bottom all the way to the CEO and the top dog of the company. Every single person is replaceable. And here's something else you should know. Jobs tell jobs tell you what you're worth. A job is only going to pay you what they think you're worth. Why don't you start a business and start telling yourself what you're worth? Why don't you decide your pay? Why don't you decide what you're worth? That's the great thing about entrepreneurship. You don't answer to anybody. And if you're listening to this, I would highly, highly encourage you to do whatever you can in the next coming years to build a business. It doesn't have to be what I did, and it doesn't have to be what you see other people do. Be creative. Do something unique and authentic to yourself. Do something that people are going to know the name, and they're going to put you as the face with that name. They're going to recognize that's your brand. That's your business. That's your empire. And don't apologize for it. And I guarantee you, if you do all of that, you will see success in your life. Because if you conform, if you comply, if you keep doing what society expects you to do, you will continue to stay average and mediocre in your life. You will never, ever achieve your potential if you want to fit in. You will never, ever see things through and reach to your highest self if you continue to be what everybody else tells you to be. And you continue to do what everybody else tells you to do. Even if you're at a job right now and you're like, Sabrina, I can't leave. I'm surviving. I've got all these bills. I'm behind on payments. That's okay. But you need to be reaching and striving in your off time for something more, for something bigger, for something greater, for something that you can't see yet, but you know in your heart and your soul that it's out there waiting for you. Because as long as you conform and you listen to what society tells you, you're going to be just like them, which is small. I hope this message resonated with you today. If it did, would you do me a favor? Would you please like, share, and write me a review under this episode? I would greatly appreciate it, you guys. I'm so happy